This is a demonstration of a piece of software called Explain Everything, and it's available for the iPad. Right now I'm actually running it on the iPad mini. And one of the things you can see from this demonstration is that the advantage of this is that I'm not just talking and showing text, I'm actually writing. So I can say this is a presentation by Wayne MacPhail, and that's being written in real time as I actually write. And I can change colors if I want, underline things differently or whatever I want to do. So let's just go to the next slide. This is a graphic that I brought in from Keynote, actually. I built it in Keynote. I could have built it in Photoshop or whatever tool you use to build diagrams or graphics. I brought it in as a JPEG or an MP3 or whatever, or not MP3, but MP4 actually. I could have brought it in a video. But anyway, I can zoom in on this diagram. So I could say, we're going to be working with a variety of teams on this project, a variety of tools, and we have a lot of deliverables. So let me just dwell on the deliverables for a minute. So I can change my writing tool and say this is going to be actually a 7-part series, and it's going to be on the Tyee and also on Rabble.ca. And Rabble.ca and the Tyee are online publications. Online publications. And we've got to get that to them by April. So I can be writing here, working away on this. And we have we can continue on with this. I can zoom in and out again on this document. So I'm just going to zoom out again. You can see that it keeps this, retains the graphic lines there that I drew. Now we can just go to the next slide. And this is a slide that's blank. So I can continue with the diagrams here, and I say, okay, so if we did something like a podcast for Rabble, what would that be made up of? Well, we first need the network sting. That's the voices in your head, Radio Free Radio sting that Rabble does. Then we need the show sting that we would develop, and that could be both text and music, or just music actually. And then we need to have our features, or actually the bills first. So let me erase that, which is easy to do, and just say bills. And then after the bills, we need to have our actual features that we're going to be doing. And then finally, the calls to action, which are at the end of the podcast. So that's basically the structure of a podcast. So there's a quick example of how you could use something like this, Explain Everything. There's another one called Doodlecast to do this kind of whiteboard presentation for your class without being there.